Welcome back to the Renegade Report. I'm going to adjust my hat because that was jaunty, like I was a friendly old man selling crabs by the seashore. Anyway, this is the Renegade Report. I'm Francis Mayer, Sports Information Director for one of the most prestigious and accomplished athletic departments in the known universe, BC Athletics. And why are we that prestigious? Well, because of athletes like Brandi Borjon. Brandi, welcome to the show. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. It's been a pleasure to talk to you over the last couple of days and get to know a little bit more about you. You had a smoking day last weekend. Where were you golfing?
We were at Simi Hills, or not, I think it's public. It's a public course. I played there once last year. It was challenging. It's very hilly, very narrow fairways. But what made it really challenging this Monday was the wind. It reached 25-mile-per-hour winds.
What does that mean to us common folk? Like, if I grabbed some grass and I tossed it in the air, would it go psh?
It would just go. And my coach warned us saying that there was going to be Santa Ana winds. So it was like 98 degrees with wind.
So it was like a hairdryer in your face while you're golfing.
Yes, exactly.
Oh, my gosh.
And you know it's going to be a challenging day when you see the flags just going on the holes. And so that's how you know you got to club up or make adjustments to your swing.
And for you, someone that plays golf, how many rounds a week do you play?
A week? We had 1 week where we had 2 tournaments in a week. We get out on the course Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then I try and get out with my dad. So the only day off I really have is Tuesday, and that's for my school. Saturdays I try to keep off too, so I would say probably 5.
And by the way, the rules stipulate that you don't take a cart, you walk. You can't have any outside assistance,
Exactly.
Right?
And everyone, when they say, oh, you're a golfer, it's not hard. And they think that we have to ride in carts, but we don't get to ride in carts. We have to walk
Carry a
18
bag.
holes. And they say it's around 5 to 6 miles, of course.
I've heard 5 to 7 miles.
Yeah. I mean, it just really depending on the mountains.
Over hill and over dale.
Yes.
Like, this is not flat walking
Yes.
through a mall that's air conditioned.
No.
We had conference championships here for the men one year, and it was raining. And I wanted to help this kid so bad. And he was like, dude, don't even touch me. Like, I can't have any assistance.
Yeah, you can't.
I can't give you my rain jacket. I can't, nothing. And not only that, you're playing, like you said, the weather and the conditions. You're playing yourself.
Yeah.
I mean, you're in a group, but
Yeah.
you don't find out until the very end.
Exactly. And my style of play, I'm kind of at the point where I don't like to know my score counting up. Like, I like to play my game and just keep going and find out my score at the end. Or
Do you tally strokes? Like, how does that work?
usually I'll like do the first 3 holes, the second 3 holes, and then the third 3 holes, and I try and be 1 over after each one. That's my goal. So I would finish 3 over on the front 9. And then hopefully the same thing on the back, 3 over on the back 9. So I'm always trying to stay, like, let's say holes 1 through 3. My goal is 1 over. If I'm 2 over, okay, I'm like, okay, I can get a birdie these next ones and try and get back to what I want to be. But some girls do it differently. I can see that they will tally. Some girls like to know exactly what they shoot, but I'm kind of the person where I like to get through my round and then know what I shoot.
Well, and I was going to bring up your grip because that's an interesting story, but let's talk about the mental aspect for just a second, and the grip ties into it. There is no professional sport that you'll watch where maybe baseball, like when a reliever blows up, but it is excruciating to watch someone in the Masters or one of the big tournaments who's having a great round, and then all of a sudden, goodness gracious, he is double bogeyed this hole, and things are falling apart for so-and-so. And you're watching a human being mentally unravel.
Yeah.
Because you have to physically control your body.
Exactly.
But you've got to keep your head in it. And they say that with the pros, the difference between them and your buddy that's really awesome and beats people out of money down at Kern River is the pros recover from that bad shot.
Yeah.
They hit a genius shot to get out of the rough or whatever.
Golf is a extremely mental game. I can't even stress how I believe it's more mental than it is physical. I mean, you can have your physical game there, but the moment you blow up on a hole, you have to be able to come back on that next hole and not let it get to you. You can't let that double or that triple get to you. You have to come back with the par or even a bogey. I mean, and that's what really separates the good players from the bad players is their mental game. You can see a player out there throwing their clubs down or just getting super angry with themselves, and that's not the way to go because they will not be able to recover from that hole. They have to have a strong mentality. And what you say with the professionals, my theory is like they have their caddies with them too. I mean, not only do professionals practice, I don't even know how many hours a week they practice, but they they have their caddies. So they have someone always talking with them, always helping them. They know their game. In college, we're by ourselves. I mean, sometimes the coaches can come up and help us with our game, but they have their whole other team to go help. And so we are by ourselves when pros have their caddies.
They do, but Borjon, I'm going to ask you about something because you and I had a chance to visit yesterday, and you're a charming young lady, and I think you're going to go far in life. You're a nursing
Thank
student,
you. Yes.
and you got some neat things going for you. But you were a two-sport athlete in high school.
I was.
And we discovered we have something in common. My mother, hi Mom, she does not suffer fools well. She doesn't do things that she doesn't intend to do very well, and she expected the same of me. And I fell short of that quite a bit, and it caused a lot of tension in our relationship when I was younger. And I wish I would have handled that better. For you played softball.
Yes.
Is there some comfort in not being on a team now and not having the pressure from? Because it is you and yourself in golf, like you said.
Yeah, it is. With the golf, we have our team, so we try really hard to qualify as a team. But with softball, the whole team depends on you. The strikeout, ground ball, you got to catch it. I played left field. You were the last defense. You had to get the ball. And so there's a lot of pressure with that, but there was also a lot of pressure with my dad. And I know my dad, he's very hard on me, and I know he just wants the best for me.
That's all our parents want.
Exactly.
Yes.
But he has a tough way of showing it, and I think that's where a lot of student athletes struggle. I mean, some have really supportive parents, and some have really tough parents. And the tough parents, like my dad, doesn't really know how to say, "Oh, I'm proud of you." And I feel like that's really all a student athlete wants to hear is congratulations or I'm proud of you. And my dad has a hard time spitting that out, but lately I've been seeing that he has been more proud of me. So it's been a really awesome feeling. But yeah, I feel like that is what student athletes, they just want to prove to themselves, not only themselves, but to their parents that they are the best player they can be.
That you're doing everything you can.
Exactly.
Because we all have varying levels of natural talent.
Exactly.
I was an average college wrestler. I wasn't going to be John Smith or Pat Smith. But I feel like I reached my potential, and I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
And it's hard because coaches and parents, they want the absolute best for you.
Yes.
And if they tell you, hey, you've done great, don't worry about it, then maybe you'll be like one of my cousins and not do anything.
That's what my dad's afraid of. I'm pretty sure. That's what he tells me all the time. He's like, I'm not just one of those people that can tell you, oh, you did so good if you shot like a 89 or 88. He's like, I'm not one of those people to tell you that. And I'm like, okay, Dad, but you can still say, like, you're proud of me for going out there and trying my hardest. But he struggles with it, but like I said, he's getting better. He's becoming more acceptable with what I shoot. I mean, golf is a game where you can't have a good day every single day. You're going to have bad days. And so he's finally understanding that.
Well, in baseball and softball and golf do have that in common where, like, it's not – in football, they have 10 games in college, right? 10 games. In wrestling, you'll have 25, 30 matches. In golf, you'll have countless rounds, countless holes. And in baseball, professionally, they play like 162 games.
Yeah.
You got to have short memory.
Yeah.
You've got to kind of let stuff roll off your back and move on to the next day. And that's another example of what we try to tell folks that aren't athletics people, where they're like, oh, it's a big-time college football program. No, athletics is actually a trick played on people with aggressive personalities like us and a desire to gain approval, where we get conned into going to school. And learning life lessons. Like you said in golf, you can't hit a bad shot and then blow up and screw up the rest of your round. And just like in life, you can't have a bad interaction with somebody and let it screw your whole day.
Exactly.
And those are lessons we learn in athletics. And speaking of books, this one over here, we're going to be borrowing money from her in 10 years. You're majoring in nursing.
I am. I'm super excited. When I was younger, I wanted to be a veterinarian, and then I realized I didn't really want to have to put animals down, and so...
Hey, nobody wants to put animals down.
I love the animals.
Yeah, me too.
But my goal is to help people, and I feel like I have this calling to help people, and that's what really makes me want to be a nurse. I just want to be there for that person, and if there's an elderly man who's like on his last couple of days and he has no one, I want to be that person that's there.
Don't make
for
me
them.
cry right now. We're almost done with the show, Borjon.
That's what I just want to be. I want to make a difference in someone's life, and I feel like nursing is the right call for me.
Well, I'll tell you, my family's no stranger to health problems, and my sister, bless her heart, she's developmentally disabled. And when you see a social worker, though, who is like, oh, this is a major that I can do, and it's like, no, you should be called to that work, and it clearly you are, because it is demanding. I think you're going to get paid a little better than a social worker. But you got into it for the right reasons, and that's what matters. Let's go ahead and throw the number out there, too. We've talked about everything but that. What'd you hit the other day?
I shot a 79.
79! Get on! That's awesome. And you tied for a low-score medal, so that was great. That was awesome. And you feel like you're getting better.
I do. Like what you were saying with wrestling is the league matches don't matter. And that's what I've been trying to tell myself this season is I've been struggling with my clubs. I've been trying to figure out my swing.
Yeah, so in the beginning of the season, you're such a focused animal that you had a slight issue with your grip, which would be nothing to me. I got some nice Callaway steelheads in my garage gathering dust. I wouldn't notice if you switched them out for another set of clubs, frankly. But the way you play, that little hitch in the grip.
Yeah, it's a big difference.
And it kind of screwed you up a little bit.
Yeah,
and then you tell Coach Jacque Servadio, who's in her first year, welcome to the Renegade family. She seems to be doing a bang-up job, but she was on you, like, tell me next time.
Yeah, she was super mad at me, but it was actually my putter. And I'd say the short game is easily the most important part of a golf game. And putting is one of my favorite things, and I knew it was off, but I couldn't change putters in the middle of a round. I mean, there's nothing I could do. So because we were in Palm Springs, it was the first day. And so right after that, she took me to the golf shop and I paid for a new grip and everything.
And Borjon, part of this is on you because you're a focus monster.
Yeah.
Maybe you've been playing a practice round with your shirt inside out. Could that have happened once?
Oh my goodness, did she tell you?
No, I just guessed.
Oh yeah, it happened. I didn't play around. We were on the range, so we were warming up.
But make no mistake, Brandi Borjon is not just a pretty face. She's not in there, getting her eyeliner straight. She didn't care about an inside-out shirt.
No.
Okay, she was absolutely committed to having the best round that she could. And those are the things. It's like the absent-minded professor who has one shirt collar up because he's busy curing cancer. That's what you were with your shirt.
We just woke up, ate breakfast, and no one noticed it either. But we just woke up and I went to the golf course. It was freezing, so I had 2 jackets on me. We were at the beach, and then when I took it off to hit, she's like, "Brandi, is that backwards?" And I was like, oh my gosh.
You were like, yes. Who cares? Golf.
Never knew it would go public, but
I'm fighting it right now. There's a song by Looking Glass you should look up.
Oh,
anyway,
you're fighting
I'm sorry. I tried.
You can sing it.
Brandi, you're such a fine girl. Okay. She hit a 79 at the last conference match, and things are only getting better. All the pieces are coming together for you, Brandi. And on top of all that, you're going to go to school and become a nurse, and you're going to help people, and that is wonderful. So congratulations to you already, and I hope I get to congratulate you again in a few weeks here. So
awesome.
Coming up next, we're going to talk to a new face in the Renegade drama. His name is John, and he's the beat writer for the Bakersfield Californian. Don't go anywhere. There's more Renegade Report when we come back.